Peekaboo.
Bedtime Babble.
It's the money maker.
Nice to finally meet you, neighbor.
Oh,
Does that work with the ladies, do you think?
yeah.
A little goatee
Works
stroke.
with me. I don't know how you're feeling about it. Steven Seagal in The Good Man.
A good man.
A good man.
A good man.
Not the good man.
No.
He's just a good man.
It's just a good man.
One of arguably many.
Here's the dead enemies and live friends, and all y'all motherfuckers going home.
Roger that.
Let me tack up.
You sort of gave us a selection, and we decided we'd do Seagal, and I just wanted to know what Steven Seagal thought was a good man.
If I'm dead, you're dead. Those girls are dead. I don't mind. I don't mind if everybody dies.
It's a psychopath.
Was Steven Seagal's version of a good man exactly how you thought it would run?
Yeah.
And is how Steven Seagal views being a good man what you would class as being a good man?
Not really.
Some things never change.
Like the colour of my beard.
This is 2014, I think it was. He's slowing down a bit. So
Yeah.
I don't know how old Steven Seagal, the actor, is at this point.
He's slowing down a bit.
Our secondary target is a Chi-Com arms dealer, an Islamic fundamentalist who finances terrorist activities.
He sounds so tired.
Written by Jason Rainwater and Keone Waxman. Oh, it's produced by Seagal.
I think he had already done at least 3 or 4 films with Keone Waxman at this point. On Keone Waxman's Wikipedia page, the thing he says is he's most well known for working with Steven Seagal.
You said you're just a regular man.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a regular man who does bad things to bad people.
But you're a good man.
He's a former CIA operative, isn't he?
He's called Ghost.
I thought it was called Alexander.
Who is it?
Alexander.
It is Alexander. His code name is Ghost at the beginning.
Right.
So the film actually opens with quite a nice shot, actually, of 3 helicopters sort of lifting off in front of a low sun. And then you get this voiceover from old Stephen.
There is no darkness without light, and yet there is light without darkness.
That doesn't make any sense, Stephen, because darkness is literally the absence of light. So the film starts in Dagestan, and Seagal, whose name is Alexander in this, if you care, I will not refer to him as Alexander.
Can we call him Ghost?
No, we can't call him Ghost.
Hey, Ghost.
He's hanging out with some pigeons and he's drinking whiskey, which doesn't seem like the most appropriate thing to do whilst you're on an important military operation, but you do you.
What,
I
to
guess.
drink whiskey or to hang out with pigeons, or both?
They're there to take out 2 terrorists,
Target name, Abu al-Waki Khan.
Probably not how you say it.
and his sniper mate, he spots someone that goes,
You're gonna have to take this guy out. I can't crack him here.
and he sort of counts him down and tells Stephen where he is. Stephen kills him with his little sword.
Two-step. He's there.
Holy shit.
But then immediately after his mate having not said, oh, I can't take him out because I'll make too much ruckus and everyone will know, Stephen blows up a door.
Yeah, but yeah, that was tactical.
He is at the point where he doesn't really hold a gun properly.
Yeah.
That's already
We've
started.
got the switcheroo, haven't we?
Oh,
Switching
he
gun.
done it.
This is the first film of his I watched where I actually thought it was a bit like your impression of him. There were points where I was like, oh, that's a bit like how Tom does him.
You got 15 motherfuckers in there with guns, and you know it. This intel is fucked up.
They discuss whether this terrorist gets a lot of pussy.
No, you got to get you.
Oh,
He
sorry. Have I got to give it context?
I wonder how much pussy he get. Do you think he get more than like Osama bin Laden got?
He also says, before we stick our dick in anything, we're going to have to take a look first.
Yeah.
Which I think, actually, out of everything Steven Seagal's ever said, that is...
Sensible. Crass, but sensible.
But before we stick our dick in anything, we're gonna sneak up and take a good look.
He's supposed to be this elite soldier, and what he's basically said is we should probably figure out what we're doing first before we go and do it.
I think the line was originally meant to be probably more like that, and he went, no. Keone, I'm just going to spitball.
Sorry, Stephen, you're going to what?
I'm going to spitball and say, I'm a dog. I'm a dog.
You're a dog, Stephen.
You dog. Get on there.
After Seagal blows up the door, he realises there's civilians in the building and an airstrike is supposed to be called in.
Yes.
But he calls off this airstrike. He says no, because he's a good man. For some reason, even though Stephen has called off the airstrike, they just sort of go ahead and do it anyway. But then,
Do you think they went, he's been drinking again, though?
Yeah.
I think they just don't like him. Because Stephen is a good man, he saves a small child.
No, he doesn't.
Does he?
He kills her.
Is he gonna crush her?
What, like land on her?
Oh my god! Oh no, yeah, she wouldn't survive that. God, the explosion and then him landing on you. He's a big man.
The child would have been entirely protected from the blast because Stephen was holding on to her. However, the force of the blast pushes them over, and I believe it's the weight of Steven Seagal that does for the child.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it says dies in his arms, which is, which she is.
I mean, they never imply that he realises that he's done it, but
I don't think.
he
I
carries
think
it with him in the film, though,
you
doesn't
think?
he? Well, yeah, because he sees the other little girl, doesn't he? And he's like, "As he has flashbacks." That wasn't anything weird. That was flashbacks. That wasn't anything weird. It was flashbacks.
Seagal goes home to Romania, and we discover that he owns a dog that doesn't have a name.
If your dog doesn't have a name and you call it Dog, your dog's called Dog.
What's his name?
You know, I just never named him. You can name him.
That's weird.
She calls it Cat.
Yeah, what?
I'm going to call it Cat. And Seagal just goes, mm-hmm.
Brought you a new lock, and let's say you and your sister want to keep using a screwdriver.
Wait a minute.
And that's how little girls get kidnapped.
Sasha, who is the older brother of Lena and Maya, his new neighbours, he collects protection money for the Russian mafia. And he does this to clear his father's debts because he's a good man.
So is he the good man?
He is a good man, I suppose.
They're all good men.
In which case, why isn't the film called Good Men?
He gets called to a crime scene, old Sasha, where the police have found some brutally murdered Russian gangsters. Chinese symbols have been drawn in blood, and then their hands have been stuffed with incense sticks. So Sasha is sent because it's his comrades, I guess. Seagal goes into a strip bar, because of course he does. This is a film with Steven Seagal in.
Gotta have titties. Titties.
This strip bar is also where Lena works, and is also run by the Russian mobsters. He starts talking to Lena at the bar.
Hey, bitch, I work here or what? Hey, where are you going, honey?
You know, it takes the IQ of a mature caterpillar to know the difference between the staff and the dancers.
And some guy gets a bit handsy with her, and he breaks his finger, and then just walks her home. I don't think it's the end of her shift.
Well, everything's on Seagal's time.
And then whilst walking home, they then sort of come across some more Russian mobsters.
Asshole. Do you know who that whore belongs to?
Yeah, she belongs to me.
Seagal kills them all. He then leaves some incense sticks there. So that
So you
mystery
then at that
that
point
they've just
discover,
set
yeah.
up, they just blow away quite quickly afterwards. And then he steals a suitcase full of their money. Are those the actions of a good man? He's moved there, and he's just sort of undercover. He says it. He said, "I'm a handyman."
Thanks for helping me. Again.
I didn't do nothing, man. I'm just a handyman.
I'm a
a
what?
handyman.
I'm a handyman.
That's when I was like, oh, that's like Tom's impression.
Work with saws and screwdrivers and hammers and simple stuff like that.
Vladimir has been laundering money for Mr. Chen. But because he's $300,000 light, Mr. Chen now says, got 24 hours to get my money back or get me that girl who works at your bar because she's quite fit.
Like, why have they gone for 300 grand and not like 3 million? The whole movie happens around this whole and it's like, are they sums of money that we're supposed to believe these people are? Like, is that
Dealing with.
all of your fortune?
He breaks into Lena's apartment and then he takes Maya away because he's decided that... Because Mr. Chen had made a comment that the person he wants the girl for likes them young. Seagal sees out the window Maya being pushed into a car, runs into Lena's place, offs those two guys.
Made a mistake, didn't he? Took too long to pull the trigger.
Got really close to him.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just take both of them?
I don't know.
And
they
then
just
say to Chen, I wasn't sure how young, so there's two here. Which one do you want?
Or just have them both. They don't
Well,
mean
yeah.
anything to me.
Oh, Seagal, what have you got yourself involved in?
No.
He just wanted to live a peaceful life.
Killing people.
she's just taken off to some random abandoned house somewhere.
Oh, it's the safe house or something.
Some
they call
safe
it.
house, yeah.
How safe is it?
Not that safe. Seagal turns up with a rucksack full of 12 euros at the end of it, and they just let him in.
I got an appointment with Chen. I got some stuff in here for him.
I'd also like to point out that the only reason why Maya has been kidnapped is because Steven stole $300,000.
It's
the
all on him.
only reason why any of the rest of this film happens is because he got greedy and nicked 300 grand from some mobsters.
And he killed a child.
Are you gaming me? Or do you have the biggest pair of balls on earth? Hi.
I thought he was talking to his balls.
Seagal just disappears from this point for quite a long time, and then this is where Sasha there's just lots of pointless fighting with Sasha because he can fight, and there are some half decent action scenes.
All of the combat action scenes in this, as I recall, are reasonably competent.
Yeah, they're not.
Even the Seagal ones are actually reasonably competently put
true.
together.
Oh,
nicely done. They're not good. They're not exciting per se. Like a ham sandwich, you know, it'll sate your hunger, but it's not that exciting.
Yeah.
Add some pickles.
Yeah, bit of mustard.
Bit both.
Sasha and Seagal then just kill everybody, and then Seagal has a sword fight with Mr. Chen right at the end. Seagal knocks a sword out of Chen's hand at one point, and he lets him pick it back up because he's a good man. There's also a point when Chen is stood there with he's supposed to have like a gun to her head, but he's not actually got it at her head. It's much lower down because he's just randomly pointing, and it's pointing at the girl's hand, which is being held by his hand, his own hand. So at the end, they take Maya away. They reunite with Lena. Sasha takes Maya away for a better life away from Romania and all this violence. And Lena stays, takes her clothes off for Steven. Yeah. The end. There's no flirting. There's no any hint apart from a man and a woman talking to each other.
That's all Steven needs. As far as Steven's concerned, that's all it takes.
They took her. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Because now, I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
What?
I think what he means is that I'm going to kill them all now, therefore I'm going to take all of their birthdays away.
I bet he thought he sounded so cool.
But it is this weird mumbly voice thing. He's like, and again, this is like your impression. So I always thought it was quite wide to the mark. But this one...
But what?
Where can I find Chen?
I can't tell you. If he finds out I send you to him, he could kill me.
Okay, well, I'll kill you a lot fucking worse.
This is a complete side point, but if Seagal came out and went and made a video saying, it really upsets me all these people hate my films, would you feel bad about it?
No.
If he properly cried a little bit?
No.
No.
Because I don't... The thing is we have a go at his films because he puts so little effort in.
But what if he came out and went, I'm trying my best, guys?
If you're trying your best, well done. You're terrible at it, but you've made a lot more money out of it than I ever will.
But he's not trying it. We all see it. Like, you know.
He doesn't... in the later movies, he doesn't even get up. That wasn't supposed to be him, was it?
Did you not believe it?
No, I didn't, because it wasn't him.
Well, that's movie magic.
It wasn't even the same colour coat.
Movie magic.
Overall, it's kind of a reasonably competent, terrible action film, which is not really what we're into. I'm only going to give it a 1.
What's that police officers look?
This is half a point for me. There are moments that are funny, talking about putting his dick in things. Like there are a few lines that are humorous. It's very middle of the road. It's not awful enough to be funny, and yeah, it's a competent action film, which isn't what we do. As you said, it's half a point for me.
And guess what? I'm not a handyman. I'm a professional killer.
I will probably give this 1 because I did weirdly sort of almost enjoy it on the second time round. There is some funny stuff in this from him, and like I say, it is sort of sprinkled out. But the last 40 minutes of this film, it's just no point at all in watching it. So yeah, 1.
A good man gets 2.5 out of 15. If you like this, please do give it a like. Please do subscribe. Please write comments because it really helps in the algorithm and gets our videos seen by more people.
Thanks for commenting. We've had more comments. Thank you. Ask
Absolutely.
us questions. Or tell us your opinion.
Maybe you'll like some of our other Seagals. We have here our very first one, Kill Switch. And then over here we have another one that we did, Belly of the Beast.
Belly of the Beast, where something happened, where Steven Seagal plays some kind of former Marine.
Belly of the Beast is the one where Steven Seagal slides.